Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Yesterday, my dad and I got to see Exodus, Gods and Kings, and honestly, we both really enjoyed it, even though there were a few artistic liberties that were taken. Which I didn't really mind because Noah was similar in the way it was done, and we both loved it, and we loved this one too. However, our only nag was the fact that when the actors were delivering their lines, actors and actresses, I should mention, that it was very difficult to understand what they were saying. They weren't elocuting or enunciating their words properly. And Dad was asking me what a character said, and I had absolutely no clue. I thought Ridley Scott's interpretation of God in whatever form he would like to take, he or she, I just thought that was very creative and interesting because, as we well know, the creator of this universe can come in whatever form he well chooses. It doesn't really matter. He is infinite. All possibilities exist within him. I don't really know what else to say. Well, the only other thing that kind of irked me a little bit was the fact that they missed the plague of lice. They got all the other plagues. They got the plague of blood, they got the plague of hail, they got the plague of darkness, they got the plague of flies, and they got the plague of locusts, and then, of course, darkness. I think I just mentioned that. And death of the firstborn. And the only one that they didn't get were the plague of lice, and they just kind of skipped over that. They got the plague of the sores right, and I was happy with that. But I guess it's just a slight idiosyncrasy I have. I like accuracy, but we weren't there. It's written down for all to see, but then again, we really don't know how all those plagues unfolded, or how they did unfold. A lot of television stations are explaining how these plagues could have taken place, and it'll make sense within a empirical standpoint. I agree that they happened. I'm not really sure what else to say. That was kind of another small idiosyncrasy I have with it, a little bit of a nag I have with it, just a little kvetch. I'm kvetching a little bit. A little quibble here and there. Those are my only real quibbles with the film, other than, it's very well done. It's absolutely inspiring, and just the visual effects are mind-boggling, and the music is absolutely incredible. There were moments where my mouth literally dropped, and it's hard for a movie to make me do that, even though I knew it was going to happen. It's just the way that it was portrayed was just epic on a grand scale, and everything was done, I think, in a very stupendous, stellar way that can only be done through the magic of cinema. I give it 2 thumbs up. I give it 3.5. It's not exactly perfect. Just like I said, there are little quibbles here and there that I have issue with, but it's really not that big of a deal. The whole artistic license thing, I'm not really in debate over it. Each filmmaker has their own right to make whatever interpretations they like, and that's why we have human imaginations. And I like to see his depiction of it, and I like the fact that they had Nun involved and Joshua, and I thought that's pretty darn cool, even though I don't know if Joshua was involved at that time. It kind of makes you believe that he was, and Kingsley played the part of Nun, and he did a really great job, but he wasn't a central figure, nor was Joshua. It was more centered on Ramesses and Moses. And I mean, not even Aaron. Aaron wasn't even that big of a figure at all. Aaron was kind of in the sideline. And I think that's the way it should be done, honestly, because as far as the Jewish people are concerned, Moses is their forefather and their hero because he brought them out of Egypt into Canaan. Um, and, well, other than Ezekiel, not Ezekiel, but Elijah. It's Elijah, not Ezekiel. Why am I talking about Ezekiel? Elijah, because every Passover they will set up a place for Elijah. They have a chair set aside for Elijah to come, and it's every. It's just a way of honoring him. And a fidikomen is the same way. They have to look for a fidikomen. I'm not sure why I know all this because I'm a goyim, but it's just something I'm familiarized with just because I think it's something I know from my way back heritage and something that's affiliated with me, even though I don't have a direct relationship with it. My dad said, well, maybe back sometime far, 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 far into our forefathers we had Jews somewhere, which is likely because my last name is a Jewish surname, so I love movies like this. This movie I think is probably one of the better depictions I've seen. But my favorite of all time, and I know I'm probably gonna get famous for this, but my favorite of all time is Prince of Egypt, just because I think Prince of Egypt was more accurate and it has unbelievable songs in it that I just absolutely love. And I don't know if it's going to go far or not because there were some moments in the film that were kind of laggy and dull and boring. And they were just there to move the plot along. It was all just dialogue. And of course, there were some scenes where they had Moses just traversing the land and figuring out his next plot, or what he was going to do and how he was going to save the Israelis. But I don't know. It's just the way that it was done. It was very stupendously done, and I really enjoyed it. But I can't give it a full-fledged 5-star just because there were some things I think that were lacking. But other than that, it was a really magnificent movie, and I recommend it for all people who have enjoyed the story of Exodus and would like to see Ridley Scott's interpretation of it.